The width of a rectangle is 2 centimeters less than 8 times the length. The perimeter is 68 centimeters. What are the width and length of the rectangle? What do I know? I can draw this. It's very confusing to read it, but I can draw a picture. There's my rectangle. The width, W, is 2 centimeters less. When we see the word less, we think subtraction. Then 8 times the length. So we have to define width in terms of length. So the width is 2 centimeters less. So whatever I'm going to do is subtract 2 centimeters from it. 8 times the length. So I have my 8 times the length, and then I subtract 2 centimeters. Now if that's the width, that's going to go across here and across here. So then what do I represent the length by? Well, the length is just the length. We don't know what it is, but it's just the length. So what do I need to know? Well, the question is asking me, what are the width and length of the rectangle? That's what I need to know. So what does that mean? The length and the width together? Or what they are individually? What they are individually. Sometimes these problems will ask you to add or combine two amounts together, but this is just asking what are the width and length, not the total perimeter. We already know what the perimeter is. The perimeter is 68 because the problem tells us so. So what does the variable represent? The variable L represents the length of the rectangle. Now let's take a look at this problem one more time. If you look at the top, it says the width of a rectangle is. It started off by defining the width, yet we wrote the whole thing in terms of L, the length. So it's important that you really have to stop and think, what is my variable? What is my unknown? Length is unknown. Width is actually known because it's known in terms of length. The width is 2 centimeters less than 8 times the length. What do we not know? We don't know the length. So we made L the variable of length of the rectangle. Now, how do I write this as an equation? Well, think about this as if you were going to solve it. Okay, we know that the perimeter is 68 centimeters. The perimeter is 68 centimeters. So how do we set up an equation that solves the perimeter? Well, we know the perimeter is 2 times the length, and we add that to 2 times the width. Now, can we solve this problem? Sure we can. First step, we're going to follow PEMDAS. We're going to distribute. So I'm going to rewrite this problem with my distribution. Remember, 2 times a negative 2 is negative 4 equals 68. Now, we've been doing problems like this over the past 2 weeks. We're going to combine like terms and get 18L. We're going to add 4 to both sides. And we're going to get 18L equals what? 72. So now I can solve for L. What is L equal to? L is equal to 4. Okay, 18 times 4 is 72. But what did the original question ask us? What did we say we needed to know? Was it just the length? No, it was the length and width individually. So we know what the length is. Well, what is the width? Well, we said over here that the width is 8 times the length minus 2. So the width is equal to 8 times 4, which is the length, minus 2, or the width is equal to 30. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to erase this so that I can see my word problem here. And we'll continue on. Stephanie is registering her son for some swim lessons. There is a one-time registration fee plus a $20 fee per lesson. Stephanie paid a total of $225, so how many lessons did Stephanie register for? Well, again, we need to focus on defining our variable, and then we also need to figure out an equation that represents all of this English word problem. So here we're going to start with, what do I know? Well, we know that the one-time fee is $45. Will that fee change? Like if he takes 15 lessons or 20 lessons, will that fee change? Will it become twice that at $90, or will it become 4 times that at $180? No. That fee is $45 no matter how many lessons he takes. That's what we call a constant. Okay? It's not going to change. So what will change is this $20 fee per lesson. Okay? That's where our variable is going to come in. So we have $20, oops, wrong color, $20 per lesson. So what is it I'm looking for in this problem? I want to know how many lessons did she pay for? Okay. So in order to do that, I need to plan and show my work. So the variable, I can make it X, I can make it H, I can make it whatever I want. I'm going to make it L for lessons. Okay. And my equation needs to reflect what it is that it's saying in the problem. So Stephanie is registering her son for swim lessons. Okay, that's great, but that doesn't really help me with the word problem. It's just information that it's extra. There is a one-time registration fee. So we said that that's going to be a constant. Whatever how many lessons that they're paying for plus $45. Okay, that one-time deal. And we know it's going to equal $225 because we know that's what she paid total. So Stephanie paid a total of $225. And this is the question, for how many lessons did Stephanie pay for? Okay. So we've got this registration fee of one time. Okay, so then what does that leave us with? We know that she's going for swim lessons. We know that there's a $45 registration fee. We know that she paid a total of $225, and we know the question is. So that leaves me with this plus a $20 fee per lesson. So when you see the word per in a word problem, what operation does that signal? It signals multiplication. It's $20 per lesson. 20 times L. So 20 times L, so if he takes 2 lessons, it's going to be $40 plus that $45 fee, right? If he takes 4 lessons, it's going to be 4 times 20, which would be $80, plus the $45 fee. The problem is we're not asking for an equation so that we can insert any number of lessons. We have to know exactly how many lessons he took along with that $45 fee, to create $225 of the total charge. So we're going to solve for L. And now that we're in solution mode, we're going to subtract 45 from both sides to keep that balance. That leaves us with $180. Just like the splats, right? We remove the constant number, and now we have to divide that 180 between 20 bucks each. So how many? Lessons equals 6. Just kidding, 9. Sorry. 180 divided by 20 is 9. So the child took 9 lessons. The equation was 20L plus 45 equals 225. And my solution, once I move my constant to the other side, subtract 45 from both sides to keep balance, that leaves me with $180. Bring down the 20L. 20L equals 180. Divide both sides. Remember, we're undoing, right? What's happening to poor Mr. L? He's being multiplied by 20. So to undo, we're going to divide by 20 on both sides to keep balance. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So there were 9 lessons purchased.